Hartford's state capitol came alive with the colors of Pakistan as the Pakistani American Association of Connecticut, PAACT, organized a special Pakistan Day celebration on Friday, August 14, 2026. The ceremony was held at the state capitol building, where members of the Pakistani American community, community leaders, and distinguished guests gathered to celebrate Pakistan's Independence Day with great enthusiasm and patriotic spirit. The event began with the national songs, creating an atmosphere of unity and pride. An award distribution ceremony was also held to recognize the contributions and achievements of outstanding individuals. This was followed by speeches from community representatives and guests who highlighted the importance of Pakistan's independence, unity, and the valuable role of the Pakistani American community. The gathering concluded with refreshments and informal interaction among the attendees. Overall, the Pakistan Day celebration at the Connecticut State Capitol served as a memorable occasion, bringing the community together to celebrate their heritage, culture, and strong connection with Pakistan. This was an exclusive report highlighting community unity and cultural celebration in Connecticut.
Well, assalamu alaikum, and a very warm welcome to everyone joining us today for the Pakistan Independence Day program here at the State Capitol in Hartford. On behalf of the Pakistani American Association of Connecticut, thank you for taking the time to be here. My name is Sanya Zahir, and it is once again my honor to serve as your MC for this special occasion. To begin our program, I would like to invite Safi Rahman to the podium for a recitation from the Holy Quran.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. O you who believe, be mindful of God as He deserves, and do not die except in a state of submission to Him. And hold firmly together to the rope of God, and do not become divided.
If I could request everyone to please stand for the U.S. anthem, which will be followed by the Pakistani anthem. Next, I would like to invite the Vice President of the Pakistani American Association of Connecticut, Dr. Saqib Nasir, to deliver the welcome remarks.
So ladies and gentlemen, esteemed elected officials, honored guests, proud members of Pakistani American community and fellow citizens, Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. It is an absolute honor to welcome you all to the state capitol here in Hartford, Connecticut, as we gather to celebrate historic 79th Independence Day of Pakistan. Today, we are not just marking a monumental date in history, we are honoring the enduring spirit of freedom, resilience, unity that defines Pakistani nation and its vibrant diaspora across the globe. So congratulations everyone on this momentous day. Pakistan Zindabad. Thank you.
I would now like to invite Maryam Khalid, a Boston University School of Law graduate and an active youth member from Farmington, Connecticut, to share a few words about Pakistan.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Today we are here as a community celebrating Pakistan's Independence Day, a truly young country, only 79 years old. When I think of Pakistan, I'm sure many of you do too, I think of family. I think of our summer trips in Karachi, where we'd celebrate my brother's birthday, which also happens to be on August 14th. It felt like the whole country was out there celebrating in the streets with us, fireworks ablaze, the camaraderie on the streets, and the joy was palpable. You could feel celebration anywhere you went. That's when I first understood the true resilience of the Pakistani people. Pakistanis are unique. It is a country with dozens of languages and cultures united under one flag, similar to the United States. And to all of us here, our job is to be the ones who believe in them as they are starting out, be a mentor, open the door, support PAACT, form your own communities, create the space for the next generation to lead. Thank you.
I would like to invite Connecticut's 109th Lieutenant Governor, Susan Bysowitz, to share a few words with us.
Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon to everyone. What a beautiful day to be celebrating the 79th anniversary of Pakistani independence. And we do that as we are celebrating our 250th birthday as Americans. We are so grateful for this beautiful Pakistani American community that we are blessed to have in Connecticut. And as someone who is the former Secretary of the State and who worked very hard on the census, I always like to look to see how big and diverse the communities we have in our state are. And so if you look at the 2020 census, it will tell you there are approximately 30,000 Pakistani Americans living in our beautiful state. And that's very significant for a state that is just over 3.5 million people. But you punch greatly above your weight. And how do I know that? Because across the hall, it's my job to preside over the state senate. And here you are from a community of about 30,000 and growing, yet you have State Senator Anwar representing one of our 36 districts. And I do predict, without being at all partisan, that State Representative Marian Khan will be joining Senator Anwar in our beautiful state senate. Congratulations on winning the primary, Miriam. So proud of you. And of course, they will be joining some AAPI state senators, MD Rahman and Senator Sujata Gadkar-Wilcox. I think it's important for us to hold ceremonies like this one at the Capitol because it reminds us why our state and our country is so great. Because people can come from other places around the globe, bring their time, their talent, their culture, and make our state more beautiful, make our economy stronger, make our healthcare better, and make our country even greater than it is. And especially at this moment where sometimes immigrants can be vilified or we see divisiveness, to have a celebration like this one where we are celebrating freedom and independence and democracy, the core values of our state and our country, it gives me hope that freedom and democracy can prevail with the Pakistani example and with the American example, and certainly with all of you working hard and doing great things in your communities and in our beautiful state. So I want to say thank you for celebrating with us. Thank you for everything that you do in your communities. Thank you for what you do for the state. You make our beautiful state even better, and it's such a privilege for the governor and I to represent you every day here in Hartford. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. We will now move into the awards and certificate presentation portion of the program. Please join me in welcoming and congratulating State Representative Maryam Khan.
Okay, assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the Capitol building. If this is your first time, definitely welcome. And if it's not your first time, welcome back. You know, when we hear about Pakistan, a lot of times we talk about the building of Pakistan and what that meant for Pakistanis and our ancestors. But we've also experienced, obviously, a lot of hardship in that migration. And so we are a people of displacement. So I know when Sanya was speaking, she spoke about Senator Saud Anwar. He was the first Muslim mayor elected in this state, happens to be Pakistani. Myself obviously happened to be Pakistani. Ojala happens to be Pakistani. The first Muslim judge that was Muslim Superior Court judge in this state, Judge Nawaz Wala, was Pakistani. A couple years ago, we put in the second Muslim judge, Judge Amir Sheikh, who's also from Pakistan. And this year, we appointed our first Superior Court Muslim female judge, Nisa Khan, who also happens to be Pakistani. That is not random. And I think that is because of what happens to your lineage due to displacements, due to travesties, but they also bring about a lot of good ways of resilience and being able to conquer different spaces. And so I want to honor that and take that. I know we recognized, obviously, a lot of people here today. So we see, especially in this state, Pakistanis in many different fields outside of the state. I named the state because I represent the state, but we have obviously medical professionals, educators, so many Pakistani professors I meet across this state, business owners. Obviously, I don't have to tell you about any business owners. I'm sure every single person knows a Pakistani doctor and a Pakistani business owner. But now you know Pakistanis in every space. So I think that's something to be very proud of, and especially for the young people, make sure you carry that. And while we have a history of displacement and trauma, we also have a history of resilience, and we bring that into every space we're in. So thank you for being here today, and thank you for allowing me to speak.
Please join me in warmly welcoming and congratulating former Hartford Mayor Luke Bronin.
Good afternoon, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. It is good to be with you again. I have always enjoyed and have been grateful for the invitation to join you for this celebration. As many of you know, I've been to Pakistan a number of times, to Islamabad multiple times, to Karachi. It's my hope that in the months ahead or years ahead, I'll be able to get to Lahore, which has been something I've long wanted to do. And as mayor here, I saw how strong this community is for our region. And just looking around this room, not only do I see so many friends, but so many people who have been instrumental as leaders in not just the Pakistani American community, not just our community, but in their fields of endeavor, from medicine to business to academia to research, entrepreneurship, across the board, nonprofit, and of course political leadership. And as we've seen, I think that the recent wins, congratulations, Representative Khan, and the leadership of people like Ojala Naeem and Senator Anwar, are a real testament to the way that this community has built itself and strengthened our entire state. I hope to be able to play a role in continuing to strengthen the relationship between the United States and Pakistan. And we've seen how important that is with the role that Pakistan has played in facilitating negotiations to try to bring to a peaceful end this reckless war against Iran. And we've seen in so many other areas the ways in which our interests align. So I hope to be able to be a part of that work along with many of you. Who knows, maybe we'll be able to do a trip over there together. But today, I just want to say thank you for all that you've done here. Congratulations to all those awardees today. Thank you for all you've done to build our state and make us stronger. And to everybody, Azadi Mubarak.
I would now like to invite State Senator Saudanga.
Jashn-e Azadi Mubarak. So, United States independence was in 1776. But our African American brothers and sisters, while the land, the physical land, was considered free from the colonial powers, but the celebration of Juneteenth, when they felt that the African American communities were free, happened some 89 years later. And now we celebrate the Juneteenth event every year. It's a celebration of the freedom of the African American brothers and sisters in the United States. So there is a physical freedom of a land, and then there is a freedom of your rights. And there's a third freedom, which is freedom of your intellect, your mind, and I'll touch on that in a second. So while we are celebrating today, the 14th of August, that was the day of the freedom in 1947 of the land, and the boundaries of that land were drawn in a room by a gentleman by the name of Radcliffe. So think about this, that the future land of the boundaries of two countries, which combined together are a very significant part of the world's population, was drawn by one person who sat down and made a decision of who is going to be. And left some parts of that land disputed. And that's the fascinating part, is that the colonial powers were able to use their ability to create colonial institutions, but leave the people dependent on the colonial powers. And they left because they had no opportunity, no other way of doing things. They had to move out. But they moved out in a manner that they left the institutions behind, and those institutions, at least in Pakistan, are thriving and functioning in the same way, where the ability of an individual to have a freedom of speech is restricted, and the freedom of the journalist to be able to speak is also impacted right now. So be able to work within Hartford, Windsor, and in her district, and do it with such a big margin was amazing. So that's something we should all celebrate as well, that we are able to mobilize the community and do the good work. Thank you everyone for allowing me to speak. Thank you.
Please join me in welcoming State Representative Tom Delnicki.
One thing that I've learned, and I've learned about the heritage of my folks, is they came over to this country from Lithuania, and a perilous journey it was. And they set their roots in South Windsor, East Hartford, and Manchester. And they had little or no help. Only one of them spoke English. Yet there was a place in our country for them. And if it wasn't for that, I doubt very much Representative Delnicki would be here. He'd be somewhere over in Lithuania. But to that point, we are so fortunate to have such a vibrant, robust community. Come to South Windsor, come to Manchester, East Hartford, Connecticut, and the United States of America. You know, they talk about how you revitalize the energies of a country, how you make a country better, stronger, and happier. And your community, our community, is doing just that. The Pakistani community is bringing the best and brightest to the table here in our country. The best, yes. And many a time I'll have someone ask me, what do you think about the future is of our country? Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Is it going to be mediocre? When I come to an event like this, I know that the future of our country is just that much stronger, and you make it that much better, and you bring many good things to our country, including, of course, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the food. So to all, congratulations on this day. Enjoy it, remember it, and always say to yourself, what more can I give to the country? What more can I give to my family? And what more can I give to my state, our beautiful state of Connecticut? Thank you.
I would now like to invite our last elected official speaker of the night, Town Councilor Ojala Naeem, for final remarks.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I just want to start off by thanking PAACT, the board of directors, and the organizers. This event is really, really important for us to come together to recognize the value that this community brings to the state of Connecticut. And it's one of my favorite things in the summer that I look forward to. So thank you again to all of the organizers and the board for continuing to host this. Thank you for the recognition this year and for the award. It means a lot, and I hope I can continue adding more value, not just across Connecticut, but especially for our Pakistani American community here. Pakistan was founded on the idea that people deserve self-determination, civil rights, and a government that represents them and not just rules over them. That founding promise is part of my inheritance as much as all of any other value. Which is why I think today what we're seeing in America should concern each and every one of us in this room. We are watching the rights that generations fought for, that Dr. Anwar was talking about just a minute ago. We're seeing those rights being slowly taken away and eroding. We're watching the guardrails of our democracy tested in so many ways that none of us ever expected to see in our lifetimes. And it would be so easy to feel that this moment is too big and too far out of reach for any of us sitting in this room to do anything about it. But our tradition, our values, and our cultural values that we get as Pakistani Americans, the ones that we're celebrating here today, they tell us otherwise. They tell us that rights are not maintained by hoping that someone else is going to come in and protect them. They're maintained by people who show up, who vote, who organize, who serve on boards and commissions and in elected office, who mentor the next generation of leaders. So today, as we celebrate Pakistan's independence, I'm going to ask you what I always ask you at this event every year. And that is to get engaged in your communities, not just in your Pakistani community, but the community beyond that. Bring who we are and our values to the table. You have a seat. We all have a seat at the table. But it's a matter of, do we want to show up and take it? Do we want to speak up for what we believe is right? Do we want to speak up for our own rights and the rights of our future generations? Because it is tumultuous times. We've heard a lot about that today. But I believe in this community. I've seen the power of this community and what this community can do to really organize and bring support forward for one another and others that will represent us well. And I want to see more of this community showing up. Right now, we've got 3 elected Pakistanis in the state. I hope next year that number doubles, and it keeps doubling every year. So please get involved in your communities, get involved in your towns and your cities. Show up to that town council meeting, fight on the taxes, fight for your schools, whatever it is that drives you, but get out there and make sure that your voice is being heard. Thank you all so much for having me here. Jashn Azadi Mubarak, and have a wonderful day.
To conclude our program, I would like to invite PAACT founding member Naeem Khalid to deliver closing remarks, please.
Good afternoon and assalamu alaikum and Jashn Azadi Mubarak. It's truly an honor to be with all of you today at our beautiful state capital as we celebrate our community, our heritage, and the many contribution of Pakistani Americans in Connecticut. A young child or teenager or adult like me came to this country with a dream. And now you look around in this room, in this state, and this country. We came for nothing but with one dream: to make our life better. And we achieved that. So I'm proud of being part of this community, and I'm proud of my community and I'm glad that we are Pakistani American. We adopted this country, and God bless this country, and we all achieved a lot of goals, a lot of dreams. This country made us, help us, and the system help us to achieve all those goals. So thank you, America. Now we are proud American citizens, because this is our home, the home. We're not going back, we're staying here, our children are staying here. So this is our adoptive home. But don't forget our culture, our heritage, where we came from. So on that note, I want to say, Pakistan, Zindabad. America, Zindabad. Okay.